BTS's second day of concerts in Busan, the atmosphere has been different since the stage lights were first lit. The stadium was filled with a sea of glittering army bombs. The cheers of thousands of fans echoed in every corner of Busan City, and the energy of the night felt much more emotional than the first day. Not only because this is a concert in the hometown of two members, but also because the chemistry between the members, especially between Jungkook and Park Jimin, is the center of attention for many fans. Even before the main performance began, social media was already filled with short clips, screenshots, and ARMY comments that addressed one thing in common: Jungkook's gaze toward Jimin that night felt too intense to ignore. When the intro music started playing and all 7 members appeared on stage, the stadium seemed to explode. ARMY cheers were heard almost covering the backing track. But in the midst of sparkling visuals and stunning choreography, many eyes are precisely on the small interactions that can usually only be captured by fan cams. Jungkook, who is known to be very focused when performing, was caught on camera glancing at Jimin several times. At first it looks ordinary, just to make sure the choreographic position. But as the concert progressed, the look began to feel different. There was something in the way Jungkook looked at Jimin, intense, warm, and attentive. Why is he staring like that? That gaze was insane. Such comments instantly flooded the fandom platform just minutes after the clip went viral. Some soldiers even referred to Jungkook's gaze that night as the softest yet most passionate gaze of the night. What made the moment even more exciting was the fact that the Busan concert had great emotional significance for Jimin and Jungkook. Both are from Busan. Going back to your hometown always brings a different feeling. There is nostalgia, pride, and deeper personal emotions. Many fans believe it was this factor that made their interaction that night feel more sincere and natural. In one of the talk sessions, Jimin spoke to the audience in a tone full of emotion. He expressed his gratitude to all the ARMY who came from various countries to watch the concert in Busan. When Jimin speaks, the camera occasionally highlights other members. Jungkook seemed to be listening very seriously. Not just listening, but really paying attention to every word Jimin said. Her facial expression was soft. He occasionally smiled a little. And when Jimin finished speaking, Jungkook became one of the fastest to applaud. A little thing like this may seem simple to an ordinary viewer. But for fans who have been following BTS dynamics for a long time, small gestures often hold great meaning. Jungkook is known to not be very expressive verbally when conveying attention to other members. Instead, he often shows his concern through small actions, how to look, listen, or react. And that night, all those little gestures were directed at one person, Jimin. In the middle of the concert, another moment again made fans excited. During the transition between songs, Jimin seemed to lose his balance a little due to the slippery floor of the stage due to the effect of water. He soon recovered professionally and resumed choreography without looking panicked. But Jungkook caught the moment. Fan cam shows his eyes directly moving towards Jimin, as if to make sure his hyung is okay. That quick reaction made many fans melt. Not because it's dramatic, precisely because it is so spontaneous. Jungkook's first instinct when he sees something happening is to check on Jimin. That's pretty much saying a lot. Throughout the show, their chemistry was very natural. While singing the chorus of great songs like Dynamite and Butter, the two stood close together several times. There was a moment when Jimin turned his head with a smile, and Jungkook replied with a shy expression that instantly sparked the audience's screams. ARMY loves these dynamics because they are so distinctive. Jimin often appears playful, warm, and expressive. Jungkook, although now much more mature and charismatic, still has a soft side when he is with Jimin. It is this contrast that makes their interaction always interesting. Many fans long remembered how their relationship developed over the years. From young trainees who both came from Busan to now become global superstars with BTS. They grew up in front of the camera, facing industry pressures, world tours, and major life changes. The closeness born of such a long journey is difficult to fake. That's why Jungkook's gaze that night felt so touching to so many people. The gaze does not look contrived for fan service. It doesn't look like anything intentional to the camera. Precisely because it is too natural, fans feel that the moment is more valuable. One of the viral ARMY comments reads, "Sometimes love isn't spoken. Sometimes it's just the way someone looks at you when you're not looking." Many fans felt the line perfectly described Jungkook and Jimin's moment. Towards the end of the concert, the mood turned more sentimental. The stadium lights dimmed, the music became softer, and the members sat together to talk to ARMY. Moments like this are often the most emotional part of BTS concerts because this is where their human side is evident. Jimin looked exhausted but happy. Jungkook also looks more relaxed. While the other members were talking, the camera caught Jimin laughing because of the funny comments from the other members. Almost simultaneously, Jungkook laughed as he turned to Jimin. Again, fans noticed one small detail. Every time Jimin reacted, Jungkook seemed to react. It was as if Jungkook's attention was naturally always drawn towards Jimin. The night of Busan Day 2 finally closed with a grand encore performance. Confetti filled the air, ARMY sang along, and all 7 members toured the stage saying their goodbyes. But even in the last seconds, Jungkook and Jimin's interaction remained the main topic of fandom. After the concert was over, fancam clips began to circulate quickly. A compilation of Jungkook's gaze, Jimin's smile, and their little interactions was watched millions of times in just a matter of hours. Many fans admitted to re-watching the same clips over and over again because they couldn't move on from their chemistry. And maybe that's the power of BTS. It's not just a great stage performance, not just vocals or choreography, but sincere relations between them. A relationship already forged by time, struggle, and the same dream. The Busan Day 2 concert once again reminded ARMY that behind the global superstar status, the members of BTS are still 7 people who know each other very deeply. And that night, Jungkook's gaze upon Jimin became a small symbol of that bond. No words, no dramatic recognition, just a look. Yet that gaze was enough to make millions of ARMY hearts melt. Because sometimes, the most powerful feelings